Judith, what were you going to say?
People for people.
People for people. That's excellent. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
It's
You know what you're saying as well is when you call it like wake up. When you wake up, everything you thought was important isn't, and other things are now much more important than the things you thought before. So that's what's happening here as well, isn't it? Everybody's, like you say, you don't want the big telly, you don't want all these things. These things are not important when it's about the people, because it's about saving the people. Isn't this about saving the people?
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, I hate the intellectual, the energy, the talking and guessing. My Lord have mercy, we waste.
Hey, guys, if you can check out the group chat area, I have a question in there for you guys.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
For everybody listening, I can explain what this is in a minute.
We're creating things.
What I'm asking is the peopleforpeople.com. Do you want me to grab that?
Yeah. Sure.
I say we do this.
Yeah, go for it, Rich.
So,
Okay.
I agree.
Simple.
We make a move.
Well, we got it, guys. We got it. It's ours.
Give Rich a nice big hand of applause. Round of applause.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you, Judith, for the coming up with the
Yes. So we own peopleforpeople.com. That's what it is, to end the suspense.
Yay! Last night, we had a most brilliant hangout with Mr. Thrive and Survive, where hopefully some kind of history has been created for the people. Everybody on this panel, we all sit here talking. We do know that Aaron's got the Project Lumen going, and much respect to him, and we support him, and hopefully he's coming on Sun and Moon next week to talk about it. But we're sitting on this panel and we want to do something for the people. And through talking with Mr. Thrive and Judith and Astral and Patricia and Artie and also Matthew was there, a new website is being created. It's going to be called peopleforpeople.com. It's a place where the people can go and look things up, find things out for themselves, communicate. A worldwide thing where people can connect. And this is the concept and the birth, because you'll see what Mr. Thrive and Survive does. And yeah, I just hope that everybody watches this whole little video, because out of nothing has come this, and you can see that Mr. Thrive and Survive Rich wants to put something in so that there's somewhere for as many people can get to, for whatever it is, to help in your community, to give advice, to give advice in chats, to post things that give advice, to know that in your community maybe that person can help you this way and you can help them that way. It's a network of understanding things like maybe different ways of medication, not going for medication, and actually trying different alternative methods, you know. Anyway, please just watch this video. I think that will explain itself. And to everybody who was in the chat room, and to everybody that was on this panel, and for the great minds and the ideas and the coming together, and hopefully the birth of something that can be just for the people. And thank you, Sun and Moon Family United, and thank you, Mr. Thrive and Survive Rich.
So getting back to this concept of having a place where we can go, again, I'll say I agree with going to the doctor. If I have a pain in my stomach, I think the doctor is perfect place to go to diagnose me, have an MRI, and say, okay, you have a tumor, or no, it's this. For diagnostics, I agree with it, but not for treatment. Not unless it's a holistic doctor. But I really think we should do something. We talk about, we have Hangouts all the time, and everybody's doing Hangouts now. That's the thing to do now, is live Hangouts. But nobody's actually putting together something to help people. And it'd be nice to be able to go and say, I have this specific problem, search for it at a site. Here's the answer that patriots or freedom-loving people or people that are not connected to the Freemasons, this is the real solution.
Yeah.
We need to help people start to make their own little communities with local people that are like-minded. So like you said, if you're a painter and I'm a mechanic, well, yeah, come and paint my house and I'll fix your car. Different. Yeah, eventually it gets there.
We spoke about this. Me and Jay spoke about this not long ago, didn't we? Drop your job. We do favors for favors. I'm a carpenter. I'm a glazer. I'm an artist. I can write a story, or I can play a tune, or sing you a song if you want. Everybody
Yes.
has a talent. Everybody on this earth has a talent. You can bake bread, probably. I'm not right good at baking bread, but I'll tell you what. You bake a loaf of bread for me and I'll fix your window, man. Or I'll put a door on for you, no problem.
Yeah.
That's the way we should do it.
Yes.
No harm to anybody, help each other out. Simple. There's no problem. We don't need politics.
No. And you can even get to the point where, and this is how I got into the whole QAnon thing, where you can go and legally get your property to be sovereign so that you're not under the authority of anybody else. It's got to be done legally, and you don't have to pay taxes then.
I believe everybody should have that God-given right that we are all sovereign beings here, and we have that ability to be sovereign humans. Because that's what we're born, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or maybe not, we're born dead.
Yeah, a place where we can go, a community. They have gated communities, for God's sake. Who's deciding to put a gate on land that we all have? Like, who's making the decision to gate something, right? Like,
he was in a commune where people today would call it communism, but there's no central government. It's everybody treats each other like you would want to be treated, and anything you need, somebody else provides, or you provide for their needs. And it's a happy, debt-free, carefree society where you don't have any worries. You don't have a tax man coming to collect on your property because it's sovereign, and you don't have any paid police officers who are here to do everything but protect and serve. You have your own people looking out for your own community. Nothing looks out better for protection, because that's where people want to go. Who's going to protect us? Well, your neighbors can protect you. No, nobody in your community. If you have it set up right, the police take it at best 3 to 5 minutes to get there, and that's a great scenario if they happen to be close. Your neighbors are there, right there, all the time. So you can protect your own community. There's strength in numbers, and it's just something that like-minded people, I think it's time to do it. Instead of consuming physical goods, we need to consume real education, real solutions. That's the kind of, more of a spiritual consumption versus a physical consumption. Yeah, and we realize we don't need a 55-inch TV or whatever. That's the kind of consumption I'm saying. Forget about it. And you grow your own food. It's all self-sustaining eventually. Like you said, energy. And I still got to get a hold of Weebly about his energy devices. But yeah, these are things that, you share the energy, you share the water resources. And I guess what? If you're sharing the same water resources, nobody's going to pollute it. So, here you don't know, if you don't know if who's polluting your water here, because you're not really one community. You're put together with a bunch of other people, but you're not working as a community. We're all isolated, and that's the way they want it. Everybody stays in their houses.
That's it.
When I was growing up, we used to have power outages, rolling power outages all the time in Baltimore City. Poorest white neighborhood in Baltimore City. And the whole city that would have these rolling power outages. And what would happen is the power would go out almost every time in the early, or say around sunset, because that's when people are really getting home from work and they're cranking up their air conditioners. This is in the summer where this happened. And it just was too much for the power grid at that time. Well, what happened was all the neighbors would go outside and sit on the front porch. They'd light candles and everybody would communicate with one another. And so you got to know your neighbor. You would share food and drink and different things like that. It was really a cool thing. You know, a bad thing, you know, losing power turned out to be a good thing. But ever since that's gone, nobody knows their neighbor here. Nobody knows, you know, I mean, you might know your next door neighbor to some degree, but that's one person. I've probably got 5,000 people within a mile of me, maybe twice that. And I don't know any of them. And that's just the way they've got it down for us. You know, there should be somebody I know here that can help me with holistic information research. In fact, there is. It's my son. He's so much into that. So if I have a problem with it, whatever, he knows the top of his head what mushroom to take or iodine or whatever in nature, you know, needs to be done to help that. If I need a car fixed, my brother does that, and he's a welder and he's a plumber, different things like that. So if we combine these talents of people we know, that's going to be the key. And you know, we need somebody that knows how to put together a website. That's done. Well, I can put together a website, but it's not really the greatest thing. So we need somebody, you know, knows how to do code and all the different things so that we can make this start to work. Because I'm actually tired of talking about it. I want to do something.
A website or something where we can put our ideas to start with anyway and formulate some sort of something.
Yes, something that's not connected to a Google or Facebook where they can come in and monitor it and
Rich,
whatever. Yes.
radio station 24/7.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing something 24/7.
Radio. She said a radio station.
A radio station. Oh, you mean like an internet radio station?
Yes, 24/7. Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know, that's very simple to do because
I'm thinking too, like if it's a website or even, yeah, I'm thinking like there could be each certain categories where, like, if you want to get a certain art, if you're feeling down and depressed, you can come to this particular part and someone can motivate you and show you how to sort of do this differently. So if you're an artist and you're down and out, you can get your confidence again. Because a lot of people commit suicide and harm themselves because there's not someone there to say or show them physically, you can do it like this. So that would be really powerful. I'd love to provide the, you know, an energy like that. For sure,
somebody
man.
just to provide love to them.
Love. Yes.
You are important because we're told we're worthless.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we're a little speck. It goes back to flat Earth. We're a little speck on a little blue ball flying through space, or green ball, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're told we're insignificant.
and irrelevant.
We are absolutely the opposite of that.
Isn't that another reason why we're here as well on this panel? Isn't this why, you know, we're learning to be as best as possible a community and growing as friends and, you know, slowly getting to know each other a bit, you know? Isn't that what this is about?
And you know, without going into details, we know how the everything has been filtered out, so to speak, Karen. The dregs have dropped off the end. So, you know, the longer this goes on, the less chance there's going to be infiltration like before. It's just the way it is. You know why? Because those that are on the dark side, they don't like having the light shine on them, and they don't like being associated with the light. It's like roaches, you know, in the cabinet. Turn on the light, they all flee. And, you know, there's been some people on this panel before, without being specific, who shouldn't have been here. And guess what? Through the light, they were exposed, and now they're gone. So another thing when I did the Edge of Truth website, the one thing I think we need to have is no doubt about it, to communicate on there, they need to sign up. And here's the reason. Because you're always going to get somebody like the infiltrators that are going to try to tear it apart. You need to have a way to ban their IP address. That's what you need to ban. Most people, most trolls or whatever, will not go through the problem or the
process.
They won't, thank you. They won't go through the process of going down then to a McDonald's to communicate. So it's a different IP address or whatever. And the methods I had on there, even if it was the first 3 identifiers of the IP address, not the last one, I could actually pretty much get rid of them in that neighborhood. So what was scary too is I could sometimes get it down to within 2 blocks where they were actually located. But that's a lot of power to keep the dark side off, because the light can be shown on those people and you can get rid of them right away. Because that would be the only bad thing, I think, is people trying to trash it. And you would think, why, who would want to trash that? But there's nothing surprises me now after doing YouTube videos for all these years. There's a lot of bad people in society, and a lot of people that just want to muck up this whatever system you're in or whatever you're doing just to do it. And
Do you think
so
some of us have realised we've got to do this together? We're not all the same person. We're all different people. This pulls us all together. We've got to do this together. There are a lot of people out there who don't care about you at all. It's all about them. Whereas people here, it's about everybody. We want to do this together.
Yes, and you doesn't it show? It shows after a little bit who is really for other people and who's for themselves. It's just, the true colors of every person always comes out.
Yes.
Yep. And you know how it is at night, you can't see colors. Shine the light on it, now you can see the colors. And that's what this panel does.
Yep.
But yeah, it won't take one person, and that's the problem. If it could take one person, I think each one of us would have done it. But it does take a collective of people with the different talents and different ideas and different backgrounds. We're all geniuses when we combine our brains with another person. I'm convinced of that. Whenever I had a solution, when I was a manager and couldn't find a solution, I'd just call a meeting, say, hey guys, here's the problem. Not one time did my people let me down. None of them were geniuses on their own, but we came out with genius ideas. There's an exponential effect of combining brain power that I think has been lost too in society. We're taught to be individualistic in our thinking and whatever, and this is why you get so many trolls and haters on YouTube, because if you're not exactly 100% into their belief system, they want to reject and kick you out. So they fight back with the troll comments and whatever, and the disinformation. So people like that are on this panel, I mean, I don't care if you're a Buddhist and I'm a Christian. That isn't what ties us together here, and it isn't what would tear me apart from it. But these individualistic people.
We're here, Rich. We're here for life.
Exactly.
For life.
And not only that, but you know what?
I mean, not that I'm against any religion, because I'm very religious. Put my teeth back in. I'm very religious. But apart from that, I mean, we're here for life. It's about our life. We're trying to better ourselves. We're trying to improve, trying to learn, or we are learning. Knowledge is power, and we need to have knowledge.
You know what I came. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just going to say, and I'll let you go. I was just going to say that's the big difference right there. We want to help others, not just ourselves.
Yeah, man. You're talking about piano stuff. Oh, so go ahead, Karen. Yes.
Totally. That's right. We're here to help each other somehow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
That are so addicted to the virtual world. So this is the problem with trolls. They're so stuck on the fake world and creating their world through falsehood and not going on the earth and going outside. They're probably lying about what they really do. They spend 24 hours just touching machines, looking at what you're doing, because they forgot why they're here in the first place, is to actually experience nature. I'm only using the internet so that I can meet people like y'all and possibly do some good. I'm not here to, harm someone else's site or to battle. Right, I want to learn from you as well. But then you get people so addicted, once again, to the robotic, as you were saying, nano, the idea of the robot. You have me thinking, like, I want to choreograph a piece, where it actually is talking about what you just said. And it's called nanoparticles, or it's called nano. And so after the piece, we can actually talk about it, but in dance form. Who would ever do that, right? And so then it brings dance in a different perspective, and it makes more diverse ways of using art. Art can also be a powerful weapon.
See, that to me, that's brilliant. That's brilliant stuff right there.
And man. I get it from here. I mean, this panel provides every week, and I'm grateful. So the fact that we have people, you know, so hooked on just clinging on to these computers.
Jay, listen to yourself, man.
Yeah.
You're awesome. But listen to what Rich just said. When people come together, that's the
Yeah.
thing. And we were talking
Yeah.
about consciousness. Consciousness. We have this group consciousness, and I do. Even if we're on the internet, or Ethernet, it's a group consciousness. It brings us together. You get connections all the time, and all you do.
Oh yes, of course.
I can say a word, and I know you're going to get something or other, and you can go on for 20 minutes or 2 hours.
I'm pretty sure we all there are many nights when we all feel each other on the Hangout. We just do.
Yes.
Of course. We're very connected. I mean, people who are they're living their life through other people's lives. This is different. They don't have an organic sense of self. So they troll or they jump on other things. They're like the crabs in the barrel, whatever, although these terms, there's always people that constantly, because they don't have their own understanding of themselves. So it's jealousy. I was just saying in regards to that. We're very connected, but people that hate aren't. Just so happen to deal with them somehow.
Yes.
That's all I was trying to say. Yeah.
And a lot of those, more than I thought, actually can be turned. There's people that started out haters on my channel for Flat Earth that are now, one of them is a mod. So, you know, over time they can be converted. And I don't do it for myself. I wouldn't do one video for myself. It's always to try to convert one more person. That's what it is, to truth. That's it.
Wake them up.
You know, Karen will agree. Jay will agree. Judith, Patricia, are you asleep or are you awake? She'll agree as well. Artes, totally. We hardly sleep. I mean, we're either talking on here, discussing things, righting the wrongs, correcting the world, figuring things out, or we're researching, you know. And even now we're like researching in a sense, aren't we? We've got people in the chat room that are giving us clues, and we're bringing topics up, and everything's like, you know, coming to fruition. We need to have, like you said before, this website or something where we can all collectively come together and glean everything that we have.
Yes,
Everyone help.
And I think we need to have our own Hangout there so that we don't have to worry about Google saying, oh, that image is not good, so we're going to ban you, so you can't have live Hangouts anymore. Once you get enough people signed up to the site, you don't need Google. I mean, you can use this to announce, hey, this is going on right now live over here. And you don't have to put any images on the screen, just have them click on the link and go over. I'd also like to have, in fact, this was a business idea I had. I'm sure it's probably been done already, but when they go there, we can throw out a topic, they can vote on it live. They can communicate with us much easier than you can communicate here. What I hate about here is, unless you're recording the session live, like what everybody's seeing, all these comments are lost. So you can, if somebody's got a great idea and you didn't happen to catch it in the chat, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have, you know, where they click now to type in for the chat. I'd like to have it, you know, if they have an idea, have like a little idea icon, they click on that and it goes permanently somewhere so we can see it.
Well, this is just to, sorry, if I see something, I like it, I screen, because I've got my phone beside, so I take a screenshot, you know, think, oh yeah, good idea. And then I always go back to things and think, oh yeah, awesome, yeah. Websites, because I can't just tap on my phone and go directly to the website, so I need to type it in physically, you know, on something else. But yeah, I agree. We need to have something that you can, like you said, communicate through.
Yeah, it's got to be, and yeah, if it's, I have a marketing background, so that's why I tend to go with this. If you make it interactive, that's where everything is now. Everybody wants to interact live with other people online. If you make it very interactive and colorful, let's put it that way, to interact, people will. And it will grow much faster than if you don't have interaction. It's just the way it is. That's why people are doing more and more live events on YouTube, because people are in now to, you know, everything's instant now. They want the instant gratification of communicating live. And so do we. We want to be able to talk to each other live and as a group. Can you imagine? We could never do this 20 years ago, what we're talking about now. So to me, we've wasted some time. The time's for action now. Karen's done a fantastic job getting us all together, and we should probably take it to the next level. In fact, Karen should probably be the one that is the main arbitrator on the new site or whatever it is, because she does such a good. That's her talent. You know, she does things like this. You know, I'm sure you have other talents, but as far as the project we're talking about, we should probably call it like Project Life or something, because it's a totally new way of life that we're talking about getting people into.
Can I be spontaneous, please?
1 minute.
Spontaneous.
1 minute.
Clap for Karen, please. Clap for Karen, please.
Yes.
Karen, come on, guys. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, Karen.
Because,
yeah, but that's
without
a
this,
clap for every single one of you, because without you, there isn't here. There isn't it's the chat room. It's everybody. We're all here together. It's everybody.
Well, to coin a phrase,
without you, there was not this.
yeah, to coin a phrase, we're all members of the same
Oh,
body.
love you, Astral.
Yes, like Voltron. Yeah, I mean, even the cartoons are showing shit, and we don't. I don't know.
Yes.
Just, stuff happening. You did. What were you going to say?
People for people.
People for people. That's excellent. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, that's great.
Simple.
Yeah, people
I
for
actually,
people.
you know, someone asked me to have a
Great.
slogan for. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Artez.
No, I was just saying a great thing that you do said people for people. That's very, very good.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I had a slogan for my 1-minute videos and to start a movement called Know Now. Simple, instant, boom. You watch this thing in 1 minute, you get all this information, and your brain's gonna be like, boom. I'm already thinking about like what you're talking about, man. I'm really ready to jump in and help.
I like that idea as well, and also the name Know Now.
Instant no, like your coffee is instant, right? Everything's instant, right? Well, instant information, like boom. Oh, I didn't know that. I can touch this thing, and there it is. This 1-minute presentation for free. Amazing. It saved my life, maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. You know, when we were younger, I really do not care. You know, I love reading.
Isn't it funny?
I love to learn. That's the basic in everyone's. Deep inside you, we love to learn.
Yeah. And they make fun of you when you get wiser. They make fun of you for being wiser, and they make it hard. And that is self-hate. The bullies, for those who like to read and they're called names, man, that's horrible. Like we want to promote that. We want to promote nerd behavior, people who want to look at things and scrutinize it and ask questions and think for themselves. That's cool. Cool is not I get you pregnant when you're 11. Or whatever, and then I'm so cool, I leave you, and I don't want to take care of my children, and then I end up beating people up. It's like, this is not cool. This is not what we're supposed to be. You know, the jock, that whole concept, man. I wanted to sort of be that at one point. It's just like, this job is exhausting and it hurts.
Yeah,
It's not worth it.
Caveman mentality is.
Yeah.
Rid of that.
It's so corny today.
We are much
so
wiser.
corny.
We're much wiser. We are much smarter. We're much more sensitive. We've got more empathy. We are open, receptive for ideas, receptive for, you know, vibrations even, you know. And that's where
it's not cool to be smart. It's not cool to be wise. It's not cool. So that has to be undone. That creates the insecurities that I'm seeing in all of my classes. The biggest killer, in my opinion, most powerful job of psychologists, in my opinion, psychology, because they get into yoga, chakras, they get into all that symbolism stuff. They know their symbolism. That and insecurities. Big issues today. There's no self-esteem. There's no, I feel like these young people don't feel a space where they're important so they can speak to you. They're always repressed.
It's a money maker. It's a
you know what you're saying as well is, when you call it like wake up, when you wake up, everything you thought was important isn't, and other things are now much more important than the things you thought before. So that's what's happening here as well, isn't it? Everybody's, you know, like you say, you don't want the big telly, you don't want all these things. These things are not important when it's about the people, because it's about saving the people. Isn't this about saving the people?
Exactly. You say, I can say that. So when I graduate from here, okay, I'm not on faculty. I don't have a PhD or whatever. I don't care about my master's. What I care about is my body of work. That's it. I care about when I teach my class, I watch people leave the room laughing, confident. That makes me breathe at night better, knowing that I'm going to go to a better place. I'm doing my work. You know, I'm going into this world, and I'm realizing that, you know, you can use art to help people to function, because it's too many schools that just want people to memorize a bunch of stuff. You know, they're not machines. They're not fax machines, man. They're artists. They're creative. Like, there's not enough imagination and childlike mentality anymore. You know, I try to get people to clap when they're older. They're like, oh, I don't do that anymore. It's like, clap for yourself. When you know what I mean? Bruno Mars comes, you pull your shirt off, you scream, or if it's Taylor Swift and you're pulling your hair out. But if I say clap for yourself, you're like this. And I ask myself, right? It's funny. And I ask them, does that make sense to you? They're like, no. They're like, yeah, I'm fucking awesome. Part of my language. They're like, yeah, I'm awesome. And I'm like, yes, that will set you off for anything in life. That's not even about dance. That's for anything you want. You're in a room where I'm promoting that. That speaks for itself. So it's not like a lot of wasting and, oh, I hate the intellectual, the energy, the talking and guessing. My Lord have mercy, we waste.
Hey, guys, if you can check out the group chat area, I have a question in there for you guys.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to say no if you don't like it, if you think something else is good. I'm for the best of whatever the best is. I've got it in my
All for
cart,
it.
so all I have to do is click.
I'm all for it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see this.
Yeah,
Where's that?
it's in a group chat on the side. You have to click on that blue screen with the white line just above the share screen button.
If he's on the phone, he may not see it, but I'll just.
Stupid iPad.
You have on the side group chat. It is probably somewhere on the buttons also where you can share the screen.
I'm down here. I'm here.
But I'm all for it.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Artis. Then we have to get somebody to. I'm gonna.
Up in there.
For everybody listening, I can explain what this is in a minute.
We're creating things.
Yeah, out in the ether. Out in the ether.
Out in the ether.
No, I'll have to be patient then and here. I can't find that.
I think you're going to be okay. What I'm asking is the peopleforpeople.com. Do you want me to grab that?
Yeah, sure.
I say we do this.
Yeah,
I
go for it,
think
Rich.
so too.
Okay.
I agree.
Simple.
We're making a move.
And it's PFP, 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 the PFP. I have a song for it. I'll write a song.
PFP, cool. Well, we got it, guys. We got it. It's ours.
Bit of suspension in the chat room there. Someone
Hey,
says the
hey,
tension is
Rich,
killing me.
Rich, Rich, I just want to say thank you, and can we give Rich a nice big hand of applause, round of applause?
Yay!
Yeah, thank you, Judith, for the coming up with the name.
Yes. So we own peopleforpeople.com. That's what it is, to end the suspense.
Yay!
I just wanted to make sure that no troll went and grabbed it, because they will.
Awesome.
So they can't grab it now.
Hey.
It's been confirmed. I was actually surprised it wasn't taken. That's such a good word name. Think about that. 2018 and peopleforpeople.com isn't
Wow.
taken.
Yeah. And Judith came up with it, so thank
Yeah,
you
it's very
also,
good.
Judith. Thank you.
Yes.
so much.
It's a
Yeah,
new
very
day.
good. That's the genius there. That was a great term.
Not just that, it just shows you that people aren't thinking for the people, though, are they?
You did.
Yeah,
You
it says so much, man. It's saying it's not people, government for people. That's the lie we've been told. People for people.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Can I say something?
Yes, Aslo.
Toda Rabalacha. Thank you very much.
Say again in Hebrew. Say again, please.
Toda Rabalacha.
Toda rabba lach.
Toda
Yeah.
Rabalach. Sorry, you're
Yes.
a female. Yeah, that's correct.
Yes,
I always get the gender. It's the gender aspect of language.
Yes.
It's even in the words.
Toda Rabalach.
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing belongs to me.
Mashlamech.
It's,
Mashlamech.
yeah, מצוין, תודה.
Anyway,
Fantastic.
Judith said, and now history's been made. There is a people for people.
Brilliant.